That transition times is a challenging mission. This one was a little tough for me. Here's the secret, Mr. Rohn. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Once I got that, it turned my life around. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. If you work hard on your job, you'll make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune. You would have known me at age 25, you would have said, Jim Rohn's a hard worker. If you'd have known me, you'd have said that. I'm the guy, I don't mind coming a little bit early, staying a little bit late, I don't mind that. You'd have said, well, Jim Rohn's a hard worker. You say, well, how come he's got pennies in his pocket and nothing in the bank and behind on his promises? Well, I was a hard worker, but I was working hard on my job, not on myself. I'm telling you, if you'll learn that simple little principle and start the process today, latest tomorrow, I'll give you tonight to think it over. And start this whole process of personal development, work on yourself, make yourself more valuable to the marketplace. I'm telling you, you can so dynamically change your income, and economics is the least of the values that you can start earning in terms of equity. If you'll start working harder on yourself than you do, hard on yourself, develop the skills. Work hard on yourself and develop the graces. All of the stuff necessary to become more valuable to the marketplace. I'm telling you, your whole life can explode into change. Promotions, no problem. Becoming more valuable to the company, I'm telling you, no problem. Money, no problem. Economics, no problem. Future, no problem. If you just go to work on the right thing. Not get things out there to change. Don't try to change the seed. Don't change the soil. Don't change the sunshine. Don't change the rain. Don't change the mix of seasons. Let the miracle of everything that's available work for you. And start working on the inside. Work on your philosophy. Work on your attitude. Work on your personality. Work on your language. Work on the gift of communication. Work on all of your abilities. And if you'll start making those personal changes, I'm telling you, everything will change for you.
I'm going to make a bold statement and say that doing a TEDx talk is going to be the most transformative and uplifting experience.
Mr. Schoaf, over a 5-year period before he died at age 49, taught me some simple things. He only went to the 9th grade in school. Never finished high school, never went to college, never went to university. So he put his ideas and his experiences in very simple language, which I think for me, kid from the farms of Idaho, that simplicity was so important. Because if it would have been technical, I'd have missed it. If it would have been mystic, I would have, backed away. It was just basic, blunt, ABC, familiar stuff that I hadn't thought of before. And he did start to remind me, and those ideas changed my life. Schoaf was the one when I said, this is all they pay. He said, you've been working 6 years, Mr. Rohn, how come you're not doing better? I said, this is all the company pays. He said, well, that's not true. I said, no, this is my paycheck. This is all the company pays. He said, no, this is all the company pays you. I thought, that's a new way to look at it, right? He said, doesn't the company pay 2, 3, 4, 5 times this amount to other people? And I said, well, yes. He said, well, then this is not all the company pays. It's all they pay you. And if you qualified, wouldn't your income grow 2, 3, 4, 5 times? I said, I suppose. So he said, we don't have to work on the company. We have to work on you. That was the beginning of what he called the phrase personal development. I told him things cost too much. He said, no, you can't afford them. I thought, well, that's a new concept. I hadn't thought about that. So we put some of the valuable things on the high shelf. You can't get to them until you qualify. If you want the things on the higher shelf, you've got to stand on the books you read. Every book you read, you get to stand a little higher so you can get the things on the higher shelf. Learn those concepts. It was so incredible. Here was the most important one. Success is something you attract by the person you become. That phrase changed my life. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Success is not something you pursue. It's like chasing a butterfly, you can't quite catch it. Success is something you attract by becoming an attractive person. Those were new concepts to me. I'm just working hard trying to make a living. Here's what he said to me. This changed my life. I got a chance to teach this in Moscow and across Russia. 3 visits, now the 4th. So Shoaff taught me, profits are better than wages. Nobody taught me that in high school. Nobody taught me that. I went to 1 year of college. Nobody taught me. Profits are better than wages. Wages make you a living. Profits make you a fortune. How could you work on both a living and a fortune? Well, you could start part-time working on your fortune while you're working full-time on your living. I thought, wow. Now he said it's fun to get up in the morning. Not just getting up, go to work to pay the rent.
That's what I'm doing.
You get up to go to work to make a fortune. First, to make a living for my family. Second, to make a fortune. And he taught me how to make both a living and a fortune. Guess what I did? I learned how to make both a living and a fortune. And I found out anybody could do it once they get the information. And at age 25, I started receiving this extraordinary information. Here's what he said. Your income is directly related to your philosophy, not to the economy. I thought, no one ever told me that. I kept hoping the economy would change. He said, no, your philosophy has to change. I assured him that I had my fingers crossed. He said, that won't help. And what could I do to change my income and multiply it by 2, by 3, by 5, by 10, and then multiply it by 10 again? What could I do? He started giving me the disciplines and the process of learning the skills to change my life. This was an extraordinary man. Those were extraordinary times for me. Life-changing in every manner that you can imagine, but very simple ABC concepts. I learned not to search for the exotic until you've discovered the basic. Those basic philosophies that he shared with me during that time were life-changing. Success is something you attract by the person you become. Success is not something you pursue, chase, run after. Success is something you develop, something you become. You attract success. So the whole key to unlock all the treasures, whether it's economic treasures or spiritual treasures, financial, social, personal, every way you can possibly think of, is by your own personal development. And then he added one more, which is so important, and it's probably worth the price of the seminar. Here it is. What you become is much more valuable than what you get. What you become is much more valuable than what you get. The major question to ask on the job is not what am I getting here. The major question to ask on the job is what am I becoming here? What am I becoming? So it's very important what you become. Because what you become attracts. If you become cynical, you attract cynicism. What you become attracts. So this whole subject of personal development was so vitally important to me. It changed my life. I was a millionaire by age 31. It was just the economic part of it. It took me 6 years from age 25 to age 31. Unbelievable. Remember, be a student, not a follower. And here's what you must always do. Design your own personal life. I'm very happy for people to take notes at my seminar, but I'm also just as happy if somebody says, hey, this is not for me, tear up all these notes and throw them away. Just as valid for me. Remember, be no one's disciple. Chart your own course. Make what you do the product of your own conclusion. What I'm saying here is be your own person. You don't have to be a model of someone else. You don't have to do it like anybody else. Right? Do it like yourself. Buy what you want to buy. Listen to what you want to listen to. Make changes if you want to make changes, and don't make changes. Right? It's your life, I'm telling you. And don't let anybody persuade you any different. Success is not a stereotype. Success is not a Ferrari. Success is not an automobile. It's not a house. It's not a place. It's not money in the bank. It's not $1 million. That's not success. Success is the continual unfolding of the design of your own life and pulling it off. That's what success is. the continual unfolding of the design of your own personal life and pulling it off in whatever degree you wish, that is success. Successful in doing whatever you want to do that makes sense to you, for you, your family, your responsibilities, or take on responsibilities or refuse responsibilities. That's strictly all up to you. Given the power of choice, every life form except human beings operates by instinct in the genetic code. Why not human beings? Because here it is. We've been given the dignity of choice. Not like a robot. Not stuck like a tree, using up all the nourishment, nothing left, now you died because you can't change location. Not true. Humans can go north, south, east, west. Humans can change, do anything they want to do. We've been given the dignity. But here's what's interesting about all life form except humans. Every life form except humans strives to the max of its potential. How tall will a tree grow? As tall as it possibly can. You never heard of a tree growing half as high as it could. No, that is impossible. A tree grows as high as it can, drives down every root it can, produces every leaf it can, extends itself as far as it possibly can. Every life form extends to the max, except human beings. Now, why not human beings? Because we're not robots. We've been given the dignity of choice. Here's a couple of alternatives on the dignity of choice. To be part of or all of. You have the potential to be. And you got the choice. Do a little to make yourself comfortable and forget the rest, or do it all. And there's nobody here to dictate you got to do it all. That's nonsense. You got to be rich because we live in a rich country. That's nonsense. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to do it all. You can do a little, do some more. Take advice, but don't take orders. Take information, take training, take teaching, but don't take orders from no one that tells you how you need to live and what you need to own and what you need to do. It says, well, you need to be successful. That's a personal choice, being successful. What we teach is the possibilities, and everybody chooses. Take a little, take a lot, do some, do nothing. Abraham Lincoln said, since I would be no one's slave, I will be no one's master. Philosophy. The guy says, hey, I'm soon cashing it in. I'm heading for the mountains. I'm going to live in a little cabin, live off the land, and feed the squirrels. He goes and does that. Guess what? He's a smashing success. Why? He's doing what he designed to do and went and did it and pulled it off. You can't say, no, that's not successful. That is the epitome of success. Giving a design to your life and go pull it off. Making progress in that direction that satisfies you. If it doesn't satisfy you, make alternatives and you change. Get some better ideas. Sure, you may follow someone's suggestion and ideas, but not orders. Design your own life like you want it that will fit. Now, if you take on some responsibilities, now you got to consider those. Yes, you can ignore your responsibilities, but you won't feel good about that. What the old prophet said, some things that taste good now in the mouth turns bitter later in the belly. So you don't want to sacrifice. We all must suffer one of two pains. Regardless of your choice of lifestyle and what you want to do, we must all suffer one of two pains. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And what we suggest to everybody is to consider the disciplines, because disciplines weigh ounces, regrets weigh tons. You don't want to substitute a discipline for a regret. In my opinion, that would be a poor choice. Now, you can do it, but some things are poor trade-offs. The old prophet said, what if you gained the whole world, but it cost you your soul? Would that be worth it? And with a bit of intelligence, we say, no, that doesn't seem worth it. Even if you got the whole world, if you traded your soul, that experience would be so bitter and so awful and so devastating, it wouldn't be worth it. You got some gain by greed instead of legitimate ambition. I'm telling you, it might taste good up front, but it's going to turn bitter in the belly. And a bit of that advice saves some people from devastation. Say, well, you're right. I better think twice about that. So we must confront all laws, spiritual laws, agricultural laws, basic laws, fundamental laws. We must confront all of those. But you still now can design your own life. A little, a lot, go east, north, south.
All right. I want to thank you guys for showing up. And I want to kind of get some of your feedback on what you saw. I know some of you joined a little bit late, but that's okay. I want to make this place on Wednesday a place for you to come and be the full you, not be what is expected of you, but be who you want to be and do the things that you want to do in the time that you have to do them, getting rid of some bad habits, implementing some good habits. And that's what we're going to be talking about a lot about on Wednesdays, if I get the opportunity to do each Wednesday call. So I'm going to open it up, and I would like to hear from all of us, because there's only 3 of us on here, 4 of us on here. Introduce yourself, tell me where you're from, and then we'll go from there. Who's going to be first? Go ahead, Edna.
Good morning, Michelle. Good
Good
morning, everyone.
morning.
First of all, Michelle, I just want to thank you for hosting this accountability call. I got on a little late, but I'm going to go back and rewatch the video at my own time and pace so I can get the full meat and potatoes of it. But one of the things that jumped out at me immediately is when he said, what you become is more valuable than what you get. You know, and I had to mull that over in my mind, because I'm thinking, well, I'm going to get the money from working this business. I'm going to get the money from working this business, but that's not all to it. Because as I gain the money, I also gain the ability to reach out and help others, and help pick up others and bring them up to where I'm at. So yeah, that really resonated with me and inspired me. And also the part where I didn't quite get it all, but where he says, design your own personal choices. Wonderful, wonderful. But all in all, Michelle, I think the video was very inspiring. And I hope you do get the opportunity to continue to do the Wednesday accountability calls. And I'm looking forward to the day when I'll be able to host one myself. Thank you.
Well, definitely, and I really appreciate you, your words. I mean, I what I got out of what you said right now was, yes, you're going to make money in this business, but it's not all about making the money. It's all about the people that you help, and in turn, the people that you help will bring the money. And yes, you're going to get your opportunity. Your opportunity is just one thought, one decision away. It's just a yes, I'm ready, and then that's how you get started. That's it. And as soon as you're ready, you just push that button and you're gone. You're going to do it, and that's all it's going to take. It's not
Thank
about.
you.
You're welcome. It's not about what you've done, but it's about what you become in the process. So continue, Edna, to do the things that you're doing, and keep doing, reaching out, and keep getting involved, and you're going to see that the process does work. Thank you so much for commenting. Next.
Yeah, it's Martin Brandon. What I got out of it is pretty much all you got to be is just who you are. You don't fake it. Don't be who you're not, because success isn't that. Success is where you came from and where you're going, and just being true to yourself. That's what I, take out of that.
Awesome. That is so true. He said something there along the lines of what you're saying. He says success is not a car. Success is not a house. Those things is not success. And then earlier in the video, he says success is something that you attract. It's not something that you go out and search for. Success is something that you attract by becoming a better person, by improving yourself more than what you do on your job. Very good. Thank you, Martin. Appreciate that. Michelle?
Good morning, everybody.
Good
Hey,
morning.
how everybody doing this fine Wednesday morning? Thank you,
Awesome.
Michelle, for hosting this awesome call. Yeah, I'm gonna need the video link again because I got on here late trying to figure out how to get on her.
Mhm.
But yeah, you guys already said some of the things that I was gonna say. Success is something you attract becoming a successful person. And by changing yourself, you will become a successful person. Not following people, not letting people tell you what to do, how to do it, when to do it. You have your own mind, it's your life, and you just do what you feel that's right for you and nobody else. That was my take on it.
Oh, I really appreciate every time you get on and speak. You always speak. Um, Man, it's like when you talk, it's like we have to listen because every one of you, when you speak, it's like what you say. Every one of you, what you say is so important, and it's so today for you, and we can all learn from each other. And the reason why I want to do this call is it's not for me, not for me at all. I'm just an avenue that I can be used to help people grow in the content that we put out. And you're absolutely right. Success. We've been getting wrong information all our life, and it's kept us down. We have to go. I was taught that you have to work hard and keep a job and get an education, go to K through 12, and you're gonna be good. But you know what? That never paid the bills. It never did it pay the bills. Just going K through 12 and getting a job and working hard. If that was the case, everybody would be doing good. But we have to do something more than that. We have to improve ourselves. And I spent lots and lots of hours listening to Jim Rohn. I remember when Jim Rohn was alive, I used to go to hear him talk. And back then I was young. I didn't put as much thought in it back then. I did not appreciate it back then as much as I do today. He says one of the greatest things that he says, you want to make more money, become more valuable to the marketplace. He said when he got his check, he said, this is all the company pays. And his mentor said, no, that's all the money the company pays you. He said, doesn't the company pay other people more money? He says, yes. He said, okay, that's not all that the company pays. That's all the company pays you. And if you really think about that, self-development, personal development is one of the strongest things that you can do because why? It makes you more valuable to the marketplace. And when you become more valuable to the marketplace, then you bring more value, and that value adds up to more dollars in your pocket. In this business, we don't strive to get the money. Yeah, I did that in the beginning. I made good money in the beginning. But one thing I forgot all about was it's about the people that we serve. Another thing I forgot about is I had to change my philosophy. I had to change my way of thinking. I had to change. Look, if I get up in the morning, I'm just gonna go out and sign somebody up, and that's it. No, that's not how it works. I have to get myself right first, then take what the message I have to others, make them important. Because without customers, without agents, we don't have a business. So I really thank you guys for coming on today. Look, I'm just here. I'm just here as an avenue. Um, I'm not saying that I do anything special or unique, but one thing I can say, find people that you can touch, because you're the only one that can touch some people. You can touch people that I can't touch. Edna, you can touch people that Martin or Rochelle or I can't touch. Rochelle, you can touch people that Edna, Martin, or I can't touch. And Martin, you can touch people that Edna, Rochelle, or I can't touch. Coach Legend can't touch them, but you can touch them with being who you are. So add value to yourself. Become more valuable to the marketplace. Seek out those people that you can touch with your words today. Thank you so much for joining the call. I appreciate you all. Don't forget, today is what? Double Volume Day. Go out and kill it. Anyone else have any more comments or concerns?
Nope.
I'm good.
All
Just
right.
thank you for your service. Appreciate you, Michelle.
Well,
Appreciate you.
it's my pleasure to serve. Trust me, it's my pleasure to serve you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for engaging. I really appreciate you guys. See you guys next week. Don't forget tomorrow's call and the calls throughout the day and the goals that we've set. All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys. Let's go kill
Thank you. All right. Ooh-wee.
it. Bye bye.
Right.